place I like to call Coach John Pessina. Coach Pessina was my dad's brother at AHS. They were together for 11 years. And they have a bond that still doesn't. And he's influenced my life, and I don't know I'm just going to take it.
Well, Tim said last week how tough this is. And I didn't think it would be as tough as it is, but still talking about the man. Well, first I want to say thank you for being here. I know it would have meant a lot to Art that so many people took time on a Saturday night to be here. Many individuals who probably have lived in this school or this area for a decade or more took time to come and pay their respects. Like I said, I had the advantage of working with Art from 1981 to 1988 to 1993. And through all that time, he never changed. He was the same man that I met when I came into his office. And I told this story before, but I'll tell it again. I had a very good friend by the name of Dan Barkowski, who was teaching and coaching with me at CBC. And I was coming to Afton, and I asked him, since I knew he was from this area, and knew he knew it, I asked him, what's this Coach Hill like? And he said to me straight out, he's the nicest man you'll ever meet. And if you don't get along with him, you won't get along with anybody. And that was true. 41 years later, I'd say it's still true. Well, you've heard over and over again tonight what a man he was. I think every one of us owe him something. And maybe in some way, we're paying it back tonight. I don't know. But a man was what Art was. From the moment I saw him to the last time I saw him. You hear a lot about what is a man. And I'll say Art was a man. Why? I don't think there was one person that ever came to him for help that he didn't give it. And I mean faculty members here at the high school also. I know he helped me many, many times. He gave his home to individuals to live there. I don't know anybody else that's done that. I know I haven't. He gave money that people didn't know about. He gave money to people who needed it, and if somebody needed flowers or something to pick them up, he sent them. He didn't go around telling everybody, hey, I sent flowers, give me some money. He just did it. He didn't just give his time. He made sure that it was divided up fairly amongst everyone. I asked him once how do you keep it all together, Art? I mean, you got all these things going on at the same time. In my way, I said, what the hell, something's got to give. And he said to me, there are 3 things that you keep in mind. Everything will be okay. I said, okay, what's the 3 things? And he said, family, faith, football. First, I heard that. I said, good. I don't know. But then the more I was around them, I saw 3 at work. And it was a beautiful thing to see. Faith, you've heard repeatedly what he did for FCA. I know that before every game, whether the administration liked it or not, he had his Bible there. He was saying words to help the young men. And all the time I worked with him, I never once remember him cutting down a player. Even a player that may have deserved it. He didn't. He didn't do it down in the locker room either when no players were around. What he said to an individual is what he meant. And it was the truth. He accepted people as they are. That's a tough thing to do, because all of us want us to be, our individuals, to be something special. He realized not everybody was, but if they tried, they want a place with him, and that's a damn good place. Well, what about family? He taught me that it's not bad. It's not embarrassing to love one's family. I remember we were in the midst of a football season, and his mom was not doing well. I remember he would teach all day here, come up and coach, then he would get in his car and drive to Kansas City just to see how his mom was doing. Then he'd turn around and drive back and be here tomorrow to do it again. That's family. With June, I knew the first time I saw him, those 2 years, that there was a love there that you read about. I don't know if how many people needed to experience it or not. It's not my business, but it was Art. Art loved you more than anything. I remember he once told Tim, "That's my lady. You're not going to say anything about my lady." And then he went on a little bit to say, "Because if you do, I made you and I don't want to make you." That was Art. I never remember him taking the God's name in vain. Never. Even when some people would get him so mad that he would almost turn red like Tim does. He didn't say anything. Talk about love for his family. Phil was his firstborn. And he was so proud of him, he would tell me stories. Phil was playing for limber. He hated that part, but he loved the part Phil was playing. And Dawn, here's a little girl. I don't care how old you get. I know I have a 30-year-old girl at home. And I don't care how old she gets. I remember what Art said. Tim, you were luckier than most. Because you were not only his son, but his friend. A friend's a wonderful thing. Because you can't make it like a family. Your family you got to take. Friends you can make. You were his friend. Grandkids, I don't think he ever said a word to me about any of his grandkids. He didn't have a big smile, pleasure, pride. What a man. Football, I don't care what anybody says, or was a head coach to love. I know as an assistant coach, as one player said, I'd run through a wall for him. So would I. I ask you to do two things. One, I look around this field, and I don't work here anymore, so I'm going to say it. Why can't it be Arthur E. Hill Field? Why? So I ask you to use the forces you have to get that done. I'm not saying take down Mr. Burnett's name. No. I'm saying put it right there. Because Art Hill made football here. I don't care what anybody says. He did. And the young men who played for him know it. The last thing I will ask you to do is something that Imhoff stole. But I'll use it a different way. I want you to close your eyes, as he recommended, and think of something Art Hill did. Something he said, or an expression he gave, or something. Because if you do that, he's with us. Always. Bye, my friend. I shall miss you more than you know. Take care. See you at 6.